Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have with me the career coach from West Union High School, Miss Dorenda Gentry. Dorenda, thanks for coming over today.
Thank you.
Dorenda, I interviewed you a few years ago. Can you remember how long ago it's been?
We started in October of 22 as career coaches, and I think we probably came in after Christmas in 2023.
So when you were brand new.
Absolutely.
And how has it been for these 4 years?
Been a learning process because basically we were told, go change the world one kid at a time. And so that's what we did, and we just kind of made it up as we went along.
You really are changing the world one kid at a time.
We try to meet every kid where they are. And as an educator, I always thought that kids had to go to school to be successful or do whatever. And I'm realizing that sometimes going straight to work is their plan A. It's not a backup plan. It's not a plan B. And so that was a change for me.
I absolutely agree. As a former educator myself, if I could change one thing about my teaching career, it would be to have the information I have right now 25, 30 years ago so that I would stop saying you have to go to a university to be successful. That is not true. It's just not true. It's not for everybody. It's not what you need to be successful. And I'm so thankful that at least we are telling children that now so that they know they have options.
Right. There's so many businesses, too, that will, if they decide that they want to go back and do something as far as college, a 2-year degree, 4-year degree, they will help them with financial aid, and they will probably, in some cases, foot the entire bill, which is great. You know, and that's just something that they don't know about, and I didn't know about it until I started this job. With this program, we're educating not just the students, we're educating the public, parents, teachers, administrators. We're also working really well with our business partners that are helping us and giving us that information, which makes life a lot easier for us in our job so that we have that information that we can give to the students and the parents and everybody and all of our stakeholders.
I want to talk about internships with you in particular because you have sent me 2 fantastic students from your district who were interns with me, and they worked 100 hours. I did not pay for their 100 hours. Your grant money paid for that, and they were phenomenal, and I bet you have a whole lot of success stories to share.
We do. Overall, I had 5 EPIC interns that are funded through Accelerate Mississippi. Last semester, I have one right now that is working in 2 different businesses. He's going to do half of his time at Farm Bureau Insurance, and then he's going to do half of his time with athletic trainer because he wants to see which one he wants to do. But,
okay, let's stop right there.
Okay.
How funny is that, right? These are kids. They're kids who have not formed what they fully think about the world. So you think insurance salesman versus athletic trainer. Those 2 things are really far apart. But how cool for him to get to play in the sandbox of both at such an early age so he can go, okay, this sort of really leans into what I like to do.
Right. And I think that it's important, too, because he does say that he's leaning more towards physical therapy, athletic trainer. But I said this will give you an idea of how to start your own business. because, that way he knows how the business end works. So he'll get the best of both worlds.
Tell me some more about your intern program. Like, where have you placed people? How do you place them? How does that work?
Well, we look at a program called U-Science. It's a career interest inventory, and we try to pair them through interest and aptitude being what they're good at, so that they get a really full experience whenever they go into the businesses. We've paired with lots of different clinics in New Albany, Ripley, Pontotoc, and then we've kind of ventured out into Tupelo. We've also paired with Baptist Memorial Hospital, Tippah County Hospital. They've done a lot for us. Masterbuilt has hosted interns before. Rebel Services has been great in Ripley. Miss Margie James was fantastic last year.
Aren't they a wonderful company?
They are wonderful. Yep. And I just can't list all of them because it would take us all day, because we've placed so many over the past 4 years, and they've all had a fantastic experience whenever they're there. And sometimes they come back and they say, that's not what I want to do. And I said, well, that's still a win, because you're not spending money in college to get a degree that you're never going to use.
Yep. I think that is the most important thing to remember, that when you find out, I don't like the sight of blood, so I'm not going to go to nursing school.
I did have one that did that. She said, I just couldn't take it. I've had x-ray techs that have worked at different places. They don't realize that you still have to run an IV if you have to do contrast. They don't understand that you're going to see blood because there may be a bone sticking out of a leg, which is really kind of funny, because they're thinking that x-ray techs don't see any of that. Well, my daughter's an x-ray tech, and she does see that.
I know that you set people up with industries and business and set them up to learn how to be entrepreneurs. Are you able to match kids up with schools so that they can work as an intern for a teacher?
Yes, we have several. Actually, I have one right now at West Union. She's with our 3rd and 4th grade teachers there. She is interested in doing pediatric nursing or education. She's kind of flipping between that. She did an intern this past summer with a clinic, and then she said, I want to do my intern this time with a teacher. So we paired her up with 3rd and 4th grade teachers, and she's had a fantastic time with them. And she's learned a lot too. She's learned how to relate to children. She's learned to work with some rotations. She's done some tutoring. So we are able to do that within our school district. And Mr. Trout and Miss Ashley are fantastic about letting our students go in and do that for their 100 hours.
If anybody is listening to this podcast and they have a business or they work at an industry where they could maybe get an intern and they have not had one before, what should they do?
If you're interested in hosting an intern, you can just contact any of the career coaches. You can contact the school, and the school can give you the contact information, because we have one career coach per school in Union County, and then New Albany City also has 2 career coaches in their facility as well.
Our listeners come from all over North Mississippi. Are they able to call any high school and find out if they want somebody from their county?
I work for 3 Rivers. Mr. Larry Boggs and Mr. Dave Kitchens are our supervisors. You can contact either one of them at 3 Rivers Planning and Development, and they can give you a complete list of all of the career coaches across North Mississippi.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for what you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I enjoy it very much.
Okay, Shark fans, this has been Dorenda Gentry, who is the career coach at West Union High School in Union County. Thank you so much for driving over today.
Thank you for having me.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. You can tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's going on from other local community leaders like Dorenda. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day. This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com.